everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about screen time. Exactly how much time is too much time? I've been seeing this question a lot, especially now. We're all forced to be inside. Our kids are going crazy, they're driving our parents nuts, we don't know what to do, we don't know how to spend the day, we don't know how to pass time. The problem in today's society is that we are spending too much time on our phones, on our iPads, on our tablets, you name it. The American Heart Association did a study, and from children between the ages of 8 and 18, they spend about 7 hours a day looking at their devices, whether that be their phone, their computer, video games, iPad. 7 hours a day. That's 2,555 hours a year that they spend looking at their screens. When I heard that number, I was literally shocked. That's crazy. That is way too much time. And there are plenty of good resources out there on the internet, but there's also a lot of crap. There is a lot of crap on the internet, and we're consuming it. There are advertisements for garbage food, there are advertisements for stupid games, there are mindless and numbing things on the internet that we consume on the daily. And it's actually pretty devastating when you look at the impact it has on us and on our children. If you look at what your life was like when you were a child. What did you do for fun? How did you pass the time? And look at what your children are doing. How are they passing the time? They want to go on their phone, they want to look at their iPad, they want to play video games, they want to go on the computer, they want to do all these things, and it's numbing. It's literally mind-numbing. And it's insane. It's literally insane how addicted we have become to our devices. Now, there was a journal published in the PLOS, and it was a study about the effects that this is having on us. And they found so many things. Now more than ever, kids are becoming diagnosed with ADHD. And you might think, oh, that's probably because, there's more research out there, we can find it early, but no. The reason that ADHD and these types of disabilities are becoming more prevalent is because we are literally teaching our kids to lose focus. That's what this is. That's what the internet is. You're on the internet when you're trying to eat. You're on the internet when you're trying to do homework. You're on the internet when you're trying to do anything. It's teaching us to multitask in the worst way possible. We also have stopped listening to our bodily cues. So many people like to scroll through social media or put on a show while they're eating, and we're not paying attention to what we're eating. We're not paying attention to when we're full. We're not paying attention to any of our bodily cues when we're doing this because we're multitasking and we're not listening to our body. So there's also studies that it's been shown to lead to obesity and high cholesterol. And that's pretty crazy that this has so many different effects on us. Also, lack of sleep. So blue light, which is what's emitted when you look at your phone or when you look at your computer, that actually hinders us from falling asleep. I've seen so many posts on social media. How do I get my kids to fall asleep? Why are they throwing tantrums when it comes to bedtime? Why are they making any excuse possible? Because they're probably not tired. Looking at our screens, especially right before bed, that's the worst time to look at your screen. It prevents us from falling asleep. And then they wake up tired and cranky because of that. They can't fall asleep. And it just leads to a spiral of events. I really like to think of it in this way. 50 years ago, when smoking was cool and it was actually healthy, it was considered, 50 years ago, when smoking was cool and actually considered healthy, everyone was smoking. It was the cool thing to do. Not till 15, 20 years later did they start coming up with new research that it's actually very harmful. It kills us. It took them that long to figure out what it actually can do to us. And now we're at the rise of technology, social media, advertising. It's all on the internet. Think about 15 to 20 years. If they're coming out with this evidence now, think about 15 to 20 years, what it will actually cause. The things that it will actually do to us. We don't even realize this. We have no idea the harmful effects that it can have on us. But the fact that they're coming out with this research now, we have to be mindful and conscious of when we are devoting screen time. When we are giving our kids the iPhones, the tablet. We don't want our kids to grow up in a world where they're dominated by technology and they don't even have space or the ability to think on their own. We want them to be creative, and we want them to flourish, and we want them to grow. and, develop new skills. But really, that's what technology is hindering us from doing, all those things. Kids can't even think or be creative on their own because there's a video out there on how to do it. How are we going to expect children to think outside the box when the internet and the solution is a click away? There is actually a recommended amount of time that they should have on their devices. From ages 8 to 18, the recommended amount is 2 hours. And from 2 to 5, it's 1 hour. And if those numbers seem shocking to you, your children are probably on the devices for too long. Now, I know it's going to be hard, especially if they've gotten used to this lifestyle that you have. Maybe there is no strict policy in your household, but I highly, highly, highly recommend you implementing one. Make a chart, put it on the fridge, and dedicate certain time periods of the day to screen time. I also recommend you maybe stop the screen time after 5 p.m. This might make going to bed a lot easier for you and for them. What I like to do, just to keep me in check, I have an app that allows me to look at my screen time at the end of the day. I check it every night, making sure that I don't go over my limit. I actually have timers that tell me when I can start using my phone for the day and when I have to stop using my phone for the day. And I highly recommend even you as parents do this because it's very helpful and it kind of keeps you in line. And it's a good way to keep your kids in line as well because they're also going to be looking at you. If you're telling them to maintain this strict schedule, you should probably do so too. You can't tell your child, you shouldn't be on the device when you're spending the entire day scrolling through Twitter, laughing to yourself, So we have to be mindful of that as well. I like to keep mine under an hour and a half for the entire day. Some days it's hard, especially on weekends. Sometimes my screen time is like 2 hours and I freak out. There are other days when I don't look at my phone as much and it's 30, 40 minutes. And as bizarre as it is, I'm actually proud of myself on those days. But that's just the day and age of what we're living in. We are so devoured and engrossed by the internet. And it's crazy. It's literally insane. This just goes to show that we need to be making more of an effort to limit screen time. I cannot stress how important this is. Important for you, important for your kids, important for literally anyone. But I'm telling you, if you start implementing it and going day by day, trying to limit their screen time and dedicating certain parts of the day to when they can use their screens, you'll see results. I'm telling you, you will see results. Make it in the morning, maybe a little bit in the afternoon, and maybe a little bit before dinner or after dinner, whenever you choose to do that. But make it, set aside time and stay consistent about it. And you will see results. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it answered some of your questions about screen time, the effects of screen time, and really what we can be doing to limit screen time for kids. Also, I just wanted to let you guys know that I have a blog channel that I will link down below. So in every video, I actually write a little bit of a blog post afterwards, and it kind of just sums up the video and it explains everything and maybe makes a little bit more sense if you guys are visual people or visual learners like I am, and if you wanted to just read about this. So yeah, just make sure to check out that below. I also have a big project coming up and I really can't wait to share that with you guys, so stay tuned for that. Also, don't forget to like this video, comment down below anything that you guys would want me to talk about, or if you have any questions on certain topics, maybe I've covered them before. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. And I'll see